All Buddhists take the teachings of their gurus to heart and try to follow them to the letter. The Buddha holds a high spiritual position, and this is reflected in his words. His teachings were meant to inspire his followers and satisfy their spiritual needs. It is also evident from the Buddha's words that he did not concern himself with worldly matters. Sanskrit classical learning Buddhist Buddhism is a religion based on the teachings of the Buddha, or Buddha to be, as he was called in Sanskrit literature, Vinaya, which he taught according to his own interpretation of religious principles. Here are 15 lessons from the Buddha that will change the way you live your life. 1. When you like a flower, you just pluck it. But when you love a flower, you water it daily. There is a sharp contrast between unconditional love and emotions that are based on our ego's needs and desires. By learning to understand the true meaning of what love is, we can appreciate the beauty and power it brings to our lives. Master Thich Nhat Hanh has a great way of describing how to love, through understanding and compassion. If you pour a handful of salt into a cup of water, the water becomes undrinkable. But if you pour the salt into a river, people can continue to draw the water to cook, wash, and drink. The river is immense, and it can receive, embrace, and transform. When our hearts are small, our understanding and compassion are limited, and we suffer. We can't accept or tolerate others and their shortcomings, and we demand that they change. But when our hearts expand, these same things don't make us suffer anymore. We have a lot of understanding and compassion and can embrace others. We accept others as they are, and then they have a chance to transform. 2. 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. Both truth and lies can be hidden from those who seek it. However, eventually they will be revealed to us all. Instead of doing your own reality check, it is better to view events in broader contexts. It can also help you make right decisions when facing a situation where there appears to be multiple conflicting facts. Compare them and then decide whether you can rely on the information which comes from impartial sources or access data that is biased by hidden agendas. 3. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. Modern society places such an emphasis on material possessions that we tend to measure our level of success by the amount of money we have or how others perceive us. Through our materialistic possessions. In reality, we can have a truly fulfilling life if we focus on the pursuit of spirituality and happiness instead of material wealth. After I started my own business, I was able to buy a house and go on vacation with my family every year. I became more financially secure than many people in their 20s or 30s living in America today. After years of experience working with individuals who are naturally spiritual, like myself and many others here, However, a peaceful life can only be achieved by acknowledging who you are within. As soon as you start seeking happiness outside yourself, you give up your power to live the life you want. 4. There is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. Life is a journey. Not the journey itself but the book on the journey. So, embrace life and its journeys. Not where you arrive will determine your personal happiness. Do nothing but be yourself. In real life, do what you enjoy and love. Remember, we only get a life once, so may as well make the most of it. 5. An insincere and evil friend is more to be feared than a wild beast. A wild beast may wound your body, but an evil friend will wound your mind. There are simply too many people these days who don't support our authentic selves. They interfere with our happiness and we end up feeling trapped in our shell of a life. We try to stick to whatever we've been conditioned to by society, but life doesn't work that way. We need people who accept and acknowledge us for who we are, not just for what we do or. Everyone you choose to hang out with should add something positive to your life. If not, then what's the point? 6. In the sky, there is no distinction of east and west. People create distinctions out of their minds and then believe them to be true. Buddha emphasized within his teachings that we are all one, and that we are all worthy of love and happiness. 7. You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. You can let go of this anger and hold on to feelings of gratitude. The end result is you are able to enjoy life to its fullest. All emotions have their place, but the best thing you can do to move forward is to let go of the negativity. It's also more fruitful to focus on kindness and being of service to others. Anger and resentment can cast a dark shadow around your mind to the point that it embezzles your life. 8. We are shaped by our thoughts. We become what we think. When the mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves. Thinking is not just about attacking reality, but also getting people to actively engage. So, essentially, you are your thoughts. When you let go all this negativity, letting your heart sink, the best result will be a peaceful and happy life. Mindfulness is the key to peace and happiness. 9. Believe nothing. No matter where you read it, or who said it, no matter if I have said it, unless it agrees with your reason and your common sense. Buddha's message is simply to learn to think for yourself. We all have a lens that we perceive reality through, but only you can decide what is true for your life. Just because something is popular, does not make it right. 10. You only lose what you cling to. Many of Buddha's teachings are based upon the concept of attachment. There is no need to fear loss if we remove our emotional attachment from it. Unconditional love and joy come from fully accepting the experience, even if it is short-lived. 11. No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. Your life is yours, and yours alone. There is no way for anyone to experience the world from your unique perspective. Instead of leaning on others to guide you through life, be brave and blaze your own path. It's also important to stick at it. According to Buddha, endurance through difficult times is crucial. 12. The root of suffering is attachment. If you grew up in the West, humanity has tested this hypothesis, and indeed, it did produce positive outcomes. More importantly, I wanted to take the time to make them proud, that we would be truly happy. But the joy doesn't last long, and you're back in a loop of desiring again. This is what causes us suffering. To be happy, we need to look inside ourselves. We don't need to grasp onto things around us in an attempt to find comfort and happiness from them. True inner peace comes from letting go of those attachments. The fundamental truths of life are impermanence and interbeing. I-writers are a product of the technological developments in social communication. There's no doubt that they can save you time and effort, but your life shouldn't be at risk if you opt for this technology and implement it properly. 13. Meditate. Do not delay, lest you later regret it. Meditation is a powerful technique in quieting your mind and reclaiming your focus. Research has found that meditation almost certainly does sharpen your attention and increase your resilience to stress. The question is, how do you meditate? Begin your meditation by focusing on your breath, on the sensations of inhaling and exhaling. As long as you are breathing it, your meditation is still happening. Breathing meditation practices have been around forever, and while the ancient practice of yoga is still popular, many people have practiced mantrayana or even newer forms of vajrayana over the past few centuries. 14. Even death is not to be feared by one who has lived wisely. There are two certainties in life: death and taxes. But while taxes we accept, we have trouble accepting death. I'd say that words such as fear, inevitability, and passionate enough to keep trying all talking to me. This has become common in a lot of people's imaginations when they confront the inevitability of death. Spend time doing things you love with people you love. Make your life rewarding and fulfilling. After all, we only get a life once, so we make as well make the most of it. 15. There is nothing more dreadful than the habit of doubt. Doubt separates people. It is a poison that disintegrates friendships and breaks up pleasant relations. It is a thorn that irritates and hurts. It is a sword that kills. Your brain has an amazing ability to learn and adapt. As you progress in your career, you can take on more complex jobs, with more responsibilities and more profit in your pocket.